Hey, sorry, everybody. Had a minor difficulties. My laptop, my laptop actually died on me, and then I had to do a whole bunch of updates to the laptop. So sorry about that for the live stream. I'm trying to get back into it, so sorry about that. Um, I'm not even sure it's gonna load up right. Might check, might check. Overload, consider turn down. I think I should be alright. Sorry about that, everybody. I mean, it was to the point where I was about to like say, no, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, um, but yeah, I had to freaking do a whole bunch of updates on this laptop as well. So, um, yeah. All right, let's get right into it, y'all. I ain't mean to. I ain't think it gonna be that bad, but damn, kind of threw me off a little bit. But all right, let's go to each position. I already had. Luckily, I already went through a little bit. I went through a little bit and got some plays I'm already looking at into the week. So let's go ahead and look at the quarterbacks. Where I do like the matchup where we got Buffalo versus Kansas City, where we're looking at a 46 implied total. But in this matchup, I really feel like both sides are in play. Mahomes, Kelsey, those guys are in play as well. Um, they just put up high numbers when they go against each other. There's one of those teams where they want to see where they at when it comes along with the trying to go into the playoffs and just see what they have as a team. So of course Josh Allen's going to bring his best, and you already know Mahomes and the whole rig system with that squad. I really feel like they shouldn't be undefeated. If anything, they have at least two losses in my opinion. But it is what it is. But I do like Josh Allen if you want to pay up at 7,800. Even Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes at his price tag to me is a good price tag at 6,800. We all know even with the type of weapons he has, he still could put up good numbers. So at 6,800, if you want to pivot from the Josh Allen, I think that is a better play. As you can see, he had 19, 15, and 25 in the last three games against Buffalo. Um, but let's look into his history at Buffalo. He had 18 and 20 in the last two seasons, in 2020, and then of course the divisional game where he had an 18 and the 3 point win against them. So Mahomes, I do like this play, especially with Kelsey. Kelsey does ball out against Buffalo. I do think that Hopkins is also another great play if you want to look into that route. Of course, you got Kareem Hunt on that end as well. So Kansas City in general with their stack is to me is a good spot we want to look at. Um, Now looking at Josh Allen, he has done well playing at home. He had 30 last time when he had a divisional game playing from behind. So he did have a 30 burger in that game, 30 fantasy points and two rushing touchdowns. And he threw four touchdowns. He did have 16 in 2020, but there is higher upside when you look into Josh Allen. But I think both are in play. We want to look at this matchup. Josh Allen, 78. And if you want to pivot down to Mahomes at 68, I think both are in play. Just in the matchup alone, I think both are viable at cash. Um, all right, if you want to, let's go to the next set of guys. I do like Brock Purdy playing against Seattle. I love this game. I think this is a game that we should win. We have a great stack with CMC back in the mix. I definitely think this is the game we want to target the 49ers in the stack. Where we got Debo as he's my cover guy for the week. We got Kettle. I think Kettle's questionable, but he should be good to go. And then we have CMC and Brock Purdy. Purdy has done well in the last two matchups. Against Seattle. Let me see. Can't find his stats. I'm not sure why. There he is. So yeah, playing at home. Playing at home the last two times. He had 37 in the wild card matchup. In the playoffs, we had 37 fantasy points, a rushing touchdown, and 3 touchdown passes. He had 25 in week 14 last season. So it shows you a great upside. 37 and 25 at home in the last two matchups. I do like Purdy. I think he's going to be lower owned. He is 6,600, but they're looking at a high implied total of 48 48 implied total in this matchup. So do like Brock Purdy. Want to look into this matchup as well. I think it rightfully so. He earned the right to be in that in this category. I think GPP, but I love this play for Brock Purdy at 66. Next matchup, we do have Jared Goff. If you're going to look at 6,300, looking at a 47 implied total in this matchup. And you're looking at Jaguars, one of the worst teams against the pass attack. He should do well. I do like Amon St. Ra and Amon St. Brown. Nice little pair up if you want to look that route. You do got Jamar Gibbs. We do got great stacks if you want to look that route. The last time he played at home against Jacksonville, he had 24 fantasy points where he threw 2 touchdowns. So another great spot if you want to look for some value. I think this is the spot we have to look at where we look at value with quarterbacks. I really feel like you don't have to go pay up for like a Josh Allen. So if you want to look into the status of, just in general, I think the value is going to be in quarterbacks for this week. Oh, yeah, that ugly play in Houston definitely is a factor. So I think, yeah, you're right about that. I mean, he had 12, and he had a bad game against Green Bay. So coming out of those two matchups where it's a tougher defense, and it was a back and forth battle in both of those matchups. But they did pull out the W in both of those games. They're on a, hell, man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game winning streak. So Jared Goff is doing enough to get the W, but the offense with their running back, the backfield is definitely carrying this team. I definitely like Jared Goff. If you want to pivot, I think the value will be quarterback for this week. So I don't feel like you have to go up and pay up. Another spot I do want to consider is Bo Nix. I love this play for him at 62. So we got good value in the 6K range for the quarterbacks. Bo Nix is an amazing spot against ATL. They're one of the teams that also worse against quarterbacks in the pass attack. I did look into the stats with him and Sutton. So both guys are in play. If you want to look into the Bo Nix and Sutton matchup, I think both guys are in play. He's been doing well. 25, 21, 14, 29, 18, 16. So it looks like it's going to be a nice little trend to pivot, to bounce back up in his matchup. He has done well at playing at home, averaging around 21 fantasy points at home. So get a Bo Nix at 6,200. To me, is a great play that you want to look at. I do like Bo Nix. So we do got a lot of GPP plays where we get some value at quarterback. Sam Darnold looked like he should bounce back in his matchup against the Titans. They definitely did hurt me looking into the stack last week. I thought he'll definitely be a play, but definitely hurt a couple of my lines when I went that route with what's his name, Darnold, and Triple J, especially with his price tag. Triple J was definitely a bust. But Hawkinson did pull his weight Hawkinson was a good spot when I went that route, but in general, Vikings was horrible. It's a horrible play. Um, Now, Justin Jefferson playing against Tennessee. Last time he played them at home, he had a 33 fantasy points, 175 yards, but he is playing at Tennessee, so I'm not sure how he will do here. It looked like it should be a game where he should bounce back from last week at Jacksonville, which to me should have been an obvious spot. Um, it should have been an obvious spot with going against Jacksonville last week. To put these horrible numbers against this team was, to me, was horrible. It was only 12-7. It was just a garbage game in general. But he should bounce back in this match or two. I think a lot of people might fade him because of last week, but rightfully so. I mean, but 8,600, it's hard for me to pull the trigger at 8,600 on him. So more like I'm going to pass on Jefferson. I think there's some other better plays to look into if you want to look at route in the 8,000 range. But a lot of 7,000 and 6,000 route players and receivers to where I'm more likely going to pivot from that end. Now going to the next quarterback where you do have Tua. I think Tua is also another great play. Just the fact that he's 6,000 to me is intriguing. He is coming back from his injury to where he's playing his fourth game. He had 14, 17, and 10. I think last week where he played the Raiders, the Rams, that should have been a game where he should have bounced back on, and definitely did. Was a dud. I think him and we'll look at Janu Smith and Tyreek Hill. That was a nice little pair if you want to look that route with Tua. I mean, they're going against the Raiders that gives up against the pass around 1.7 touchdowns a game. So it should be a match where he should bounce back. But then again, with his current injury and concussions and all that, that could play a factor into his ceiling. But I think Tua, just the fact that he's 6,000, I mean, to me it's a nice play to where if you want to go that route and just, have a line with him and Tyreek Hill and Janu Smith, why not? I mean, they're in a good spot to definitely ball out in. It's don't do that. No, okay. Yeah, so I think that would be more so the type of play if I'm looking at Tua. But I think Tua in general is a good spot if you want to look at GPP, just the fact of 6,000. Yeah, he got a lot of question marks on him, but definitely a spot to where you want to consider if you want to just have a lineup with just him, Tyreek, and Janu Smith. Yeah, I actually like the backfield. I think Miami's a good squad for this matchup. It's a great stack. I like Achane as well against this defense. So Achane should eat as well. Mostert, I'm not sure how they're using Mostert. Even last week against the Rams, he should have had some type of dominance in the backfield. But the fact that they utilized him more in the pass attack kind of concerns me how they're trying to use Mostert. But I definitely think Miami for this week is the play if you want to look at it in the sense of stack. I'm not sure what they're trying to do with Mostert. They had him just, I think, 2 pass completions and nothing really in the backfield for him. It was more so Achane on that. But I think Achane's an amazing spot this week as well against the Raiders. So looking into my favorite stacks so far, I think cash is going to be San Fran. Miami. And who else? Oh yeah, Detroit. I do like Denver, but I don't think it's more of a stack purpose. But I do like Denver. Kansas City. / Buffalo. It's either or, but I think that matchup in general is going to be cash. All right, let's keep it moving. I think that's about it. Oh no 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 no! I do like Aaron Rodgers going against the Colts. I think AR is coming back, so I think it's going to be a good game. I like the matchup for him. I do like the stack as well for the Jets. I think Devontae Adams and Wilson should eat in this matchup. But nonetheless, getting Aaron Rodgers under 6,000 to me is a great spot. He had a dud against Arizona last week. I think he was hurt last week. But playing at home, he has been a better play. Even his history of playing the Colts, he only played them twice in his career, but he did have 27 and 26 in the last two times against the Colts. He's done better at home opposed to away. He did have 21 against the Patriots, 18 against Buffalo, 20 against Houston. So something to look at if you want to play the home spot for Aaron Rodgers and another. I think it's a better matchup playing against the Colts. Yeah, to play the Colts. So Aaron Rodgers under 6,000 to me is also another play to consider. Just the price in general. Let me go Rodgers. Purdy's not cash. I don't think Purdy's cash. I think if we're looking at cash, it's Allen, Mahomes. So these are my guys I definitely like for quarterbacks. Let me know what's your favorite quarterbacks for this week. I'm going to go ahead and pivot to to the running backs. All right, so going to the running back side of things. Got McCaffrey. Yeah, Russell Wilson's price didn't change. What he's down to? I don't know if I want to go that route though. He was the good guy for last week. I think I had him against Washington and Pickens. They did well. He had 19. I mean, I guess you could go this route with Wilson since Baltimore has been garbage against the pass attack. They're one of the worst teams against the pass, which is surprising actually. Let's see. 2.2 touchdowns allowed. That's not. Yeah, I mean, you want to go to Russell Wilson again? I think Russell Wilson is also another good spot if you want to look at him. I mean, then again, I said that about Kyler and faded him. That's what I meant to say when I got cut off with this laptop, is that you did call Kyler, and then and that's the thing though. We looked into it. We looked into the play with Kyler, and what did stand out to me is that every time he was priced low, he balled out. And that game, I think he was 6,200. I mean, he was 6,200, and every time he was priced low, he balled out. And I did have him in the line. I had him and Harrison Jr. I didn't go Connor, which I think I should have went Connor. I had McBride, but yeah, man, you definitely did a good call. But we did dive into it, and everything aligned when he was cheap. Every time he was cheap, he bought out, and it worked out in that favor. He was cheap. He was low in ownership as well. Now Russell. He's in the matchup 48.5 implied total, so I guess we want to look into the route that, they're looking at a high scoring game. If he could keep this flame going with him as a starter, I mean, I think he's 3-0 as a starter. So looking at the fact that Baltimore gives up against the pass, he's gonna have to make things shake. I'm gonna look more into the matchups with the receiver side, but I think. Yeah, I gotta look more into the Pittsburgh side of things and who's going to be the matchups. To obviously, if he's going to ball out, we gotta have players, right? So we gotta look into that and see if that's a good call. I'm getting tired, y'all. I'm getting tired. Let's look into. I'm gonna go put Wilson in here, but then again, I really feel like I'm not gonna play Wilson. I feel like I'm more likely gonna play like Purdy, um, Rogers. Hell, I might have Tua over. I might have Tua over Wilson. I just see a higher ceiling for the other guys. I think Wilson's a good matchup, but obviously we know I want to go back to where I'm trying to go back to my rule of having no more than 6 players per line. I mean 6 players per position. Like I already have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 7 quarterbacks. Um, I don't know. Like I'm more likely not going to play 7 different lineups with different quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't seem right for me to just be plugging in guys just to plug them in, and me not knowing myself, I'm not going to play them. Now I think Russell is an amazing spot. He should ball out, but I'm just trying to find the matchups of why he should ball out. But if I'm gonna play these lines in different type of scenarios, I'm more likely gonna go Purdy. I'm gonna more likely go Golf. I think Bo Nix is in a higher type of. It seems like I just think like these guys that I put on the list have a higher ceiling in my opinion. Don't get me wrong. He could go off, but he hasn't as of now. I mean, his biggest game that he had was against the Jets, which to me is, it's not. He had 24, and that's what you want in a quarterback at that rate. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say he's not a good play because he has done well at home. I just gotta look into the other matchups of other guys because I don't want to throw him in the pool and not use him. But I think Wilson is in a good spot. I mean, he's going against one of the worst against the pass, so I'm gonna put him in just for right now. But I'm trying to figure out would I play him over Goff or would I play him over Bo Nix. If anybody I might play over might be Rogers, might be Tua. I just don't feel like I can't. It's hard for me to say. I'm gonna plug in 8 different quarterbacks, and I'm not gonna play all 8 quarterbacks. Tua, Rogers, more likely. I like Bo Nix. I like Golf. If anybody gonna play, I'm gonna play more likely the guys in the GP. I'm more likely gonna play Purdy in a lot of my lines. Purdy. I'm gonna play 1 Golf. I'm gonna play 1 Bo Nix. I'm gonna play 1 Tua and 1 Rogers. So if I'm gonna put out like 7 different lineups, I'm gonna have more likely out of 7 lineups, I'm gonna have 4 with Golf, Nix, Tua, Rogers, and then Purdy is going to be mainly like 2 of my lineups, and I might throw in Allen just to throw in the Allen, but that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think I'm gonna go. Maybe I could go that route with 1 play, but we just gotta look into the stats of the other guys and see if it correlates why I'm gonna play. If I'm gonna correlate why I'm gonna play Russell. As of right now, I don't feel like it's the right move, just in my opinion. Like I'm not gonna play multiple lineups, and I don't want to throw up a bunch of guys in this player pool just to say, oh, I have them, but But then it doesn't make sense if I don't play them. So that's kind of how I'm gonna move on that end. All right, let's look into the running backs. Christian McCaffrey, I think just for the price, 8,300. He eased into last week, but we already know like just the usage that he has on his field. 17 fantasy points with 7 targets, 13 carries. It's going to get back into that usage that he was in just to try to get this team back over the hump. Just try to get over the hump and get this playoff spot. So Chris McCaffrey definitely is in play at 8,300. Going against Seattle, one of the worst teams against the run. It just makes sense to throw him in a couple lineups. Last time he played Seattle at home, he did have 19 last year, 24, 37, 52, and 18. But obviously that's the prime McCaffrey. But I think he's cash just in the sake of cash. But obviously you don't have to play him at 8,000. But then again, I definitely think he's in a great spot to do work. Now he need to give us at least 20 plus in this matchup, which he can. He can give us that. Hell, he could get 2 touchdowns next tomorrow. So he has that upside to get that. So it don't have to be a bunch of carries. He could do two touchdowns in red zone only. So McCaffrey is definitely a play that you want to consider. You want to pay up here in this spot. Like I said, the next play I do want to go to will be Devon Achane. 7,200 to me is a great play. He did have a down game against the Rams, but playing against the Raiders, he should have a great game against this squad. As you can see, the 24th against the position, 25th in defense. It should be a game that he should definitely give you. He needs 20 plus. I think I could definitely see. Achane giving a 20 plus in this matchup. So maybe this is a play where if you have to pay up at running back, makes sense, and then try to find the value in other positions. Because if you haven't been on the live stream, I try to find the value in each position. But of course, if you look into the DFS side, you want to find you want to look at each position and where you could pay up and where you should pay down. I think this week off rip, I'm seeing that you should pay down at quarterback, pay up at running back so far. And I think you should pay mid and receivers just the way I like this week. I think this is the week where you should look at guys in the 6,000, 5,000 range. So, yeah, I think this is where we got to go. I think the pay up spot is going to be the running backs. So, do like Achane if you want to go that route. Another spot is Jahmyr Gibbs. Going against Jacksonville, playing at home. He has done well at home. He's been real consistent. Just the price tag alone, 7,300 to me is cash. I don't know. I mean, he had 17, 17, 19, 23 in the last 4 games at home. He's trending up in this matchup. So they're looking at a 20.5 fantasy points in 2 big favorable games. So we're looking at a 47 implied total in this matchup. So the thing is, if this game does get out of hand, usually teams that do, they have a blowout potential, more likely they're going to go to the running game. So anytime a team is up by like 14 plus, in that sake, they're looking at a 13.5 spread. But then again, if they do get out of hand to where they're up a lot, more likely they're going to stick with the running game. We've seen that a lot anytime they get a lot of points on the board. They like to just keep the running game moving. So Achane to me is a good spot. Now, I was talking about Mostert earlier. I just feel like he is due for a breakout game. How much is he? He's 5,800. I mean, but he hasn't been getting the usage. As you can see last week, like that didn't make any sense last week. Last week he only had 3 targets. I think he caught 2 passes, 3 targets on the pass attack, but no carries, and that was a big question mark. I don't know if he has issues with the coaching staff to that nature to where they try to make an example out of him or what. But the fact that he had no carries in the matchup where going against the Rams didn't make any sense. Was it the Rams? I think it was the Rams, right? Yeah, going against the Rams didn't make any sense. Like, why you had no carries. So for 5,800 does kind of like throw me off. Maybe he should be like 53, 5,200. I'm not really sold for him to be 5,800, but to me it does show that he has upside if something clicks to where they say no, gets a touchdown and get 12 plus carries, and then next thing you know, he's the slate breaker in that value range. So just for the sake of value, I do like Mostert over Achane in the sense of prices, but then again, it's like I'm not sure what they're trying to do with him. It didn't make any sense that he had 0 carries last week, and then now he's in a better matchup against the Raiders at 5,800, and then he's 66 on FanDuel. So I'm kind of thrown off on what they're trying to do with him. So it's kind of like I want to play him, but then again, it's like I don't want to get burnt at the same time. All right, next play. I do like the value here. Ramondre Stevenson. I love this play for 6,100. He has 65 on FanDuel, but that's overall a great spot playing the Rams. He had a bad game last week. We had 9 fantasy points, but coming back from a 24 and a 22 the weeks prior, and he's in a better matchup. I mean, he had 24 against the Jets, 22 against the Titans. To me, it's like that's a tougher matchup. So going against the Rams, and he has been a better play at home. He has 17, 19, 23 in the last 3 games at home. So I do like Ramondre. We want to look for value at running back at 6,100. To me, is a great play. Great price tag overall to where he could give you that 15 plus. He needs about 18 fantasy points for his price point to give us the value we want. But I think Ramondre is a better play if you need guys under 6,500, hell, under 7,000. I think this is the play where you can find some value at. I definitely like this spot for him here. Just the value sake of Ramondre Stevenson is there. Maybe might find some other value. Oh yeah, you definitely not getting no love, and that's the thing too. The Patriots they are smart in how they try to play. I do like how May is playing. He actually is doing well. Hell, he might be a good value as well. I just don't like the receiver core that he has, but the running upside is there for him, for Ramondre in this type of offense. I'm just not sold on the pass attack. Not the pass attack, but I'm not sold on the receivers on the Patriots side for it. But then again, May's in a good spot if you want to look into value for May. But I think Stevenson has great upside with this type of offense. Yeah, I like him a lot here. I think it's a good spot for him just for the value sake. Another spot we want to look at is Kareem Hunt. He's been a baller, man. Kareem Hunt under 6,800. He's 67. He's only priced him up $100 from last week. He had 17 last week against Denver. Rightfully so. Denver is not an easy team to get points on, but Kareem Hunt has been a baller in the last 5 games. He has 5 touchdowns in the last 5 games. Going against Buffalo, now it might be a tougher matchup, but then again, against this position, they're 29th against the position. Now, defense overall, they're one of those teams that doesn't really give up. But Kareem Hunt is a guy where he reminds me of he reminds me of like a prime Austin Eckler. You know what I mean? Like Eckler could do everything. I think Kareem Hunt is in that same mindset. But he reminds me like a prime Eckler. But 6,700 for him to me is still a great price tag. Knowing the upside here in this matchup, he can still give you that 18 plus. So the fact that he's still under 7,000, I like this play for him. I think $6,700 is a great play. So even so, as we see, like you could get guys under 7,000 that can still give you numbers like Achane. I'm not really sure about CMC, but then again, I feel like the Niners should try to not overload CMC here. just do enough to get the W, but not overdo it to where he's back on the damn injury reserve. So I hope that's the case with McCaffrey. But I think this is the route where if you want to pivot and just still go 6,000 range for the running backs, I think that's definitely the way we could look at this one too. So I definitely like Kareem Hunt if you want to look into. I think he is cash in my opinion. I don't think people are. I don't think no one's really overlooking Hunt. But then again, you got like Gibbs. I mean, we talked about Gibbs, but he may be overlooked. But then again, it's like I'm not sure. I mean, Gibbs, anybody over 7,000, I feel like they're going to be looked at. But Kareem Hunt is still viable here. I don't think he is GPP, but he does have great upside here. So that's the only reason why I think he's a good play, just for the upside sake of it. Yeah, I think that's about it. Nick Chubb is back, going against New Orleans. I'm not really sold on that. You got Tony Pollard going against Minnesota, who had a bad game against the Chargers. He should bounce back, but then again, I mean, Minnesota's not a team to F with. I do respect Minnesota's defense, so I'm not really sold on Pollard on that as well. Yeah, I think this is my running backs. I want to keep it clean. I think I should add one more running back, but then again, I don't want to overdo it. These are the guys I definitely like here, though. Maybe Kamara, but I really feel like I'm not going to play Kamara. Going against Cleveland. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to play. I don't. Derrick Henry, 81 against Pittsburgh. He has a down game. He's been up and down, but it does trend to be a better game here. Derrick Henry should eat in this matchup. Yeah, everything's trending for Henry to blow up in this matchup. He had 10 against Kansas City, 33 against Dallas, 16 against the Bengals. He bounced back against Tampa with 28, and then he had a dud against Cleveland. He might go off in this matchup against Pittsburgh. Everything's looking like he should. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Derrick Henry give you 2 touchdowns in this matchup. I definitely think this might be the mindset of how they're going to play. So yeah, Derrick Henry is more likely. I might have Derrick Henry over McCaffrey in my eyes, but I think that's going to be my list. I'm just going to go and just add Henry in there because I do love Henry. I might play Henry over CMC just because it's trending for Henry here. So I think Henry is going to ball out here. So do like him in that spot. I think that should be my list. I like my list. Yeah, Patrick. I like the running back list. Cool. Appreciate it. I think this is I like this a lot for my running backs. All right, let's go into receivers. And we already know how I am with receivers. It's so hard to keep a small list for receivers. I swear it is hard as hell. And I hate it, and I hate that too, because it'd be so many damn receivers, and it's like I can't play them all. All right, let's look into this list here. All right, let's try to keep it short and sweet, but then again, it might not be that easy. So we talked about Amara St. Brown, 8,000. I mean, going against Jacksonville, he should, keyword, should ball out. Should ball out. Let me just double check something real fast. Talking about some St. Brown. Yeah, last time he played Jacksonville at home, he had a 37 fantasy points in week 13, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he bought out that game. Yeah, I think he's definitely a play for cash. You want to go and pay up for him. 8,000 for. Who thought we would ever pay that much for Amon St. Brown? How much was he last week? Oh, he actually was 84 last week and dud it. So that just shows, man, like guys, even in the 8,000 range, like he was 8,400 last week against Tennessee and dud it with 8 fantasy points. It's sickening, man. It's sickening. So I mean, they discount him $400 this week, so it's, I mean, get a discount, right? We get a discount, but he's still in a great matchup against Jacksonville, where he did work on them last time. He gave you 30 plus, so that's what you want, right? That's what we want to see with guys in the 8K range, where he had, to hit value, he needs to get 24 plus. So the fact he's able to get 30 something in that range is definitely what we want to see if you want to pay up that route. So Amon St. Brown is definitely a play for cash, but then again, I like this play if you want to look at Detroit. All right, St. Brown. All right, next one we have is Cooper Kupp. I think this is Cooper Kupp's turn this week. Everyone was on Puka. Was it Puka last week? He bought out, but I think this is a spot where we want to go and pivot and go the other route where we could go Cooper Kupp. Playing away, he hasn't been as effective. Last time he played away was against the Seattle. He had 24 against Seattle. And they're one of the worst teams against the pass too. So I think Cooper Kupp, we want to go that route. What is he? 7,500 for Cooper Kupp. If you want to go, but it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard, to play Kupp when you don't know about Stafford. Stafford, one of the guys, is like he just find ways to just ruin the offense. He'll make bad decisions with the ball and cause problems. So it's kind of hard to say I'm gonna play Kupp just because of Stafford. But then again, he's due for a good game. He is due for a good game. We do have Garrett Wilson. He's another guy I like here going against the Colts. Playing at home, he had 2 big games at home where he had Buffalo, where he had 27 against Buffalo. He had 30 against Houston in week 9. But adding in the fact we got Devontae Adams in the mix, not sure that would hinder his production here. Let's see what Adams looking like. I mean, could get to a point where Adams might take over his shine. Devontae Adams is questionable, but then again, playing against the Colts, his biggest game, Devontae Adams had 30 fantasy points. But then again, these are 2 elite receivers to where I'm not sure if both are going to eat or one's going to suffer. I'm not sure if one's going to suffer because of the fact with Devontae back in the mix. He did have 20. Well, he did have 22 against Houston. And what did Wilson do? Wilson had 30, so they both were able to eat in that matchup. Yeah, they both were able to eat there, so I would say Wilson. Because I'm just saying, I'll say Wilson, just the fact that, we got injury news with Devontae. I'm more likely thinking Devontae is going to play. He should play, but then again, never know with this guy. New York Jets, we got Adams. Oh, I can't type. He is questionable. He's questionable, so we'll just put him in there just for the sake of the video. But I do like Wilson in this matchup at 71. So we got a lot of guys, as you can see, in the 7,000 range, 8,000 range. But we got to find... Shit, man. I got 3 guys already. So shit. Alright. 5,000 range. The Prince. What's up, Chief? Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Y'all don't even see my shirt today. I got a dope-ass shirt for today. You know, there you go. Look at that joint. You know, got this Goku. I don't know if y'all can see it. Goku with some Nikes and Adidas. What is this shit right here? That shit dope. Nike and Adidas. Boxes in his hand. Pretty dope. You know, pretty dope. You know, I should do like a little segment. I got the people didn't see these shoes in a while. I got it for a good discount. Yeah, you got these joints right here. You see these joints? There we go. Hey. This is clean shoe. Match the fit. Nice little fit right here. It's a actually go to I go to this custom there's a custom shirt store in the mall where they do like prints. Like you could have your own different like custom print, and they'll just put it on your shirt. So you could buy the hoodie there, and then you could like go online and like get like a custom a custom print that you find online. So this Goku was like a custom print online, and that's got it put on. I think it only cost me like $40 altogether with the hoodie. It's pretty dope. So, but yeah. All right. I think Cortland Sutton, 5,900 for Cortland Sutton. Going against ATL is the play. I like Bo Nix and Sutton. So this is a spot where I definitely want to look at. He's playing at home. He's been increasing at home. He had 15, 21 in the last 2 games at home where he played the Chargers in Carolina. But going to matchup against ATL, I really feel like this is the matchup where this is a matchup where you need to go. So I do like Sutton under 6,000 because we do need to find some plays under 6,000. So I definitely think he's one of them. Next one is Debo. That's my guy for this week. Debo just eats against Seattle. I don't know what he has a problem with, but I like it. I like the fact that he's heating up. We're in good matchup, so definitely want to have some Debo. I think Debo, if you're looking at anytime touchdown, he's definitely one of those guys you just got to plug in. He just eats against Seattle. I don't know what it is with him in Seattle. But yeah, he just balls out. Yeah, 14, 31, 22, 37, 23. So yeah, go ahead, Patrick. Do you still use Discord? Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, Debo's my guy for this week under 7,000. What is it? 6,800. I think he is priced pretty good. He's priced like a Chris Godwin. So yeah, I think he's definitely in play. He's more like a cash, but then again, I'm like, get guys. Yeah, I think he's gonna be cash, but then again, he has so much upside. It's crazy. I'm just gonna put Debo. He just has a lot of upside in this matchup. Next guy for value, cause we gotta find some value here. I think a lot of people's not gonna go this route, but I think you have to go like a Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas. If you're looking at the other side of the field against this Denver team, I mean not Denver, Detroit matchup, I think this is where we have to look at it. I think Brian Thomas. I haven't really been talking about Thomas. I think he had an injury not too long ago, but he's back in the mix. He had a couple. Yeah, he had 2 duds against Philly and Minnesota, but playing against Detroit, where I only see him doing work on his offense, well, on his defense. Um, I think Brian Thomas is definitely a play to look at. If I could find his ass. It's hard to want to play him, but then again, going against the matchup, and we're looking at them going back and forth. I think Brian Thomas is one of those guys. He's going to get overlooked with all the value on the slate. Um, I just feel like he should do better. But he's been dudding in the last few games. But hopefully he bounced back in his matchup against a team where they're giving up against the pass, especially against receivers. So I do like Brian Thomas Jr. Um, we did pretty good with Pierce. I just thought about it. Pierce was a good value last week, and he was like what 4,900. It priced him back up at 54. I think I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, I'm happy that I was able to grab Pierce at a cheap price. But now that Michael Pittman's back, I'm gonna leave him alone. Now, what y'all think about Deontay Johnson? You know, going back to Pittsburgh. I mean, he's 4,800. Like, he should have did well last week, but then again, I already knew that was going to be a problem with the chemistry. I wasn't sure about the chemistry of him going to, you know, just in that matchup. I mean, he only had one phase point, 2 targets last week. So if Jags lose, which they will, underdog reported at Peterson. You know, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But what y'all think about Deontay Johnson playing against his former team? I think it's scripted to be where I think you have to look at the value. I think the value, you have to look at the value with Deontay Johnson. The thing is, we're just not sure about their connection. You know, I'm not sure how they're going to play with each other. But Deontay Johnson at 4,800 does intrigue me, the fact that he's playing back at Pittsburgh. I feel like we have to have some looks with him. Just the fact that he's playing against Pittsburgh. It's going to obviously be some type of, you know, it's got to be some revenge on that narrative, right? But then again, he has so many weapons on his offense side. Like, you got Henry. You have Likely. You have Andrews. You have Flowers. You have Bateman. It's just like you got so many options. And then you got Lamar. Like, Lamar could just run it in if he wanted to run it in. Like, it's so hard to want to say, like, but then again, he could just throw a touchdown and there you go. You know what I mean? Like, he only needs 12 fantasy points, so he could just throw a touchdown and maybe another catch, and then he paid his price. But then again, I mean, but I really feel like he has to get a touchdown in this matchup to just for the sake of his price. Like, he has to get a touchdown because if you don't get a touchdown, I just feel like with all the other pieces on his offense, he's not going to have upside on his price. Even though he looks cheap, there's nobody that's out. There's no injury news to where it doesn't just it was crazy. It still doesn't justify his price because he's like the fifth option, maybe the sixth option on the offense. So it's kind of hard to want to go that route, even though it makes sense to play the narrative. But he has to do something. He has to get a touchdown and maybe 2 catches just to pay his price. Which then that scares me in that sense. Oh, but just for the price sake, he's definitely in. But I don't want to just play him because of price. Because I just looking at Henry, he could easily get 2 touchdowns by himself, and then next thing you know, you better hope he gets a touchdown. But like I said, Zay Flowers is their number 1 receiver, other than like Likely, and so who knows? It's kind of hard to justify playing him other than just revenge. But to be a 6th option doesn't make sense to play him. Westbrook, he definitely burnt me last week, even though he was doing well the last 3 games. But he came back down to earth with 6 last week. I'm not sure I'm going to go back this route with Nick Westbrook. Not sure I'm going to go that route with Marquez. Dallas Scantling. Not sure I'm going to go that route. It's definitely harder than I thought with receivers this week. Where is Metcalf? Do Metcalf ball out against the Niners? No, not really. Let me just double check. I'm not really sure though. DK Metcalf. He plays well away though. He did get a touchdown in the last 2 against us, playing away. He has 4 touchdowns in the past 4 games against us. I mean, for the price, what is he? 6,500 for Metcalf. 6,500. He needs what? 18 fantasy points at least. I mean, he got that. I mean, DK, if you're looking at the opposite side, he is getting that. He had 31, 19, and 19 in the last 3 games away. So I guess if you're looking at route where paying his price at 65, he does. Oh yeah, I forgot about Lockett. I totally forgot about Lockett against us. He's a little snake. No one really talks about him until he just slithers across the damn slot and then goes off 60-something yards for no reason. Yeah, I forgot about Lockett, man. Lockett does go off. Yeah, he does. He gets the yards against us. How's he be doing it? How was he this year though? Are you doing anything this year? He didn't have a good game against the Rams. I don't know. I'm gonna leave Lockett alone. He is under 6,000, but I'm gonna leave Lockett alone. I do like George Pickens. You know what? The more I'm looking at this, I think Russell is the look here. I do like Pickens again. I think Pickens is going to have to show out against his former teammate. Yeah, I think we have to go. I think we have to look at Pickens. And what is he? He's 7,000. Good gosh. All right, I think we have to look at Pickens and Russell. Now he got so much usage on him. Where's Tyreek Hill? 7,400 for Tyreek Hill. It kind of throwing me off. Alright, I think this is the way I'm going. I think I'm going to pivot from Tua. I'm going to put Russell for Tua so that I could put in Pickens. But then again, like, he hasn't been doing well this season. But then again, it's like he could go off today. You know what I mean? Well, tomorrow, you know? That could be his breakout game, you know? He is very sneaky, but then again, it's like, if he does go off, it's like, oh, well, we knew that. We knew he would, you know? It's like, oh, we knew he would, but then it's hard to play him. Sorry, y'all. My laptop is, I can't do anything right now. I can't even type anything right now. I'm trying to find other value. I feel like I'm missing out on value this week. What about Jacoby Myers? Is he a good play? No. Keenan Allen? Is Keenan a good play? Going against Green Bay? Hell, I don't know. Like, I cannot click on anything right now. Can y'all hear me? I can't do anything with my... I'm not sure what's going on. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check. I don't know what's going on right now. Oh, you said you could hear me? My shit's not responding. Alright. Yeah, nothing's responding. I'm not sure what the hell is going on. The connectivity on this shit has been garbage today. Oh. Alright. Is there anybody else in receivers? I feel like I'm missing out on so many other receivers. Like St. Brown, Cup. I don't really feel like I'm going Cup. Wilson. I don't even know if I'm going to go Wilson. Well, I think I like Wilson. I do like Wilson. I love Debo. Sutton. Hey, Pat, is it lagging right now? Let me know if it's lagging. I'm not even sure. But I'm back. I'm good now. Everything's working now. Yeah, everything's back working now. I'm good. But is it lagging? Yeah, I was looking at Hopkins. But then again, it's like... Pickens. Nope, not lagging. Okay. Well, that's a good thing. At least it's not lagging. It's just taking a while for me to type my plays. I was looking at Hopkins, but then again, it's like I feel like I'm forcing Hopkins. But then again, it's like I'm not finding any value like I should. You know, I'm trying to find enough. I'm trying to find the value for receivers, but they're all priced like 6,000 and up. Um, like I like Bateman, but then again, Bateman had a big game last week. I don't really feel like I'm gonna go Bateman this week. I'm just trying to find value at this point. I'm just trying to figure out where is the value here. I think one guy I do like here for value. I think I'm gonna go to Mario Douglas. I feel like he's been kind of low key. No, I'm not really on Mike Williams. I'm not really on Mike Williams. I think Demario Douglas might be a good fit. Demario Douglas. 4,700. I mean, he's getting the targets. 5, 9, and 3. 9, 11 in the last 2. I mean, he's playing against a horrible Rams defense. He's still receiver 1, I believe. I feel like somebody on New England should go off. I'm looking at DeMario. I mean, he had 10 against Tennessee. He had 9 against Chicago. I mean, he's 4,700. He had 11, 21 against Houston in week 6. He had 11 against Miami in week 5. He had a dud against the Jets. I really feel like Douglas might be a little. I think Douglas might be a little value play. He might be a little. He might be a good play in hindsight to Mike Williams. I'm not really sold on Mike Williams. Tim Patrick. No. The Amari Cooper is now questionable. Amari Cooper might be a valuable play. Demarcus Robinson, 51. Like, why is Demarcus Robinson $5,100? Like, am I missing something? Like, everybody is expensive. Like, why is Demarcus Robinson $5,100? He should be like 4,000. Demarcus Robinson, out of all people, shouldn't be that much money. Jaden Waddle. Is he even doing anything? No. Calvin Austin. No. Mike Williams. 4,100 from Mike Williams. I guess he should do something. Not really sure about that either. I'm not sure why. Everything is lagging on my shit right now. Alright, finally I'm able to make changes. Yeah, DeMarcus should be under 5. Why is he 5,000? Nothing makes sense right now. I think I'm gonna go Douglas. I think Douglas makes sense to me in this matchup for value. I mean, he's only 48. 47 to me is not bad. I really hate I'm not sold on my plays for receivers. Only ones I'm kind of sold on is Debo. I like Debo. I like Wilson. Simon Brown 8,000 is kind of pushing it. Cooper Kupp is like he should go off. I guess we could look at Calvin Austin. He's what? How much is Calvin Austin? 3,600. Calvin Austin, and if we're looking at the sense of like Pittsburgh, if you're looking at Pittsburgh, I think Pittsburgh we're looking at them like to be a stack play. I think that could be a potential like. I think it could be a potential GPP play. Is Pittsburgh, right? Looking at Miami, yeah, Miami's not even GPP. I don't think I like Miami no more. I think it might be a GPP play. It's got to be New England. I think New England against Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, New England and Pittsburgh to me are the GPP plays. I like. I don't know. I just think New England could be the value. Could be the GPP lock. Is New England. Let me see some. I want to look at Drake May. Yeah, Drake May has been balling too. Like, I ain't gonna say balling, but just for this price point. 22, 20, 11, 18, 12. And going against the Rams too. I think Drake May might be hold on, let's go back. We gotta go back. I think New England is the play. The question is, who am I getting rid of? I think I'm getting rid of Rodgers. I like Rodgers though, but I think the upside is I like May. I think Drake May is the spot. I think we have to look at in the sense of GPP. Well, I mean, I still like Rodgers. Don't get me wrong. I like Rodgers. I think Rodgers in a good spot too. It's just kind of throwing me off. It's throwing me off. I think it's so hard to not play Drake May. I think Drake May is a good spot here. I like Douglas. We didn't even get to tight end yet, and I like Hunter Henry. I like Hunter Henry a lot. I like we talked about Stevenson. I think the spot, if you're looking at Millionaire Maker, if we're looking at like those GPPs where a lot of people ain't gonna go to, I think the spot we gotta look at is the Patriots. I think the Patriots offense. Yeah, the more I'm looking at them, the more I like them. All right, I think I'm sold. I think I like Douglas to where, I mean, just for the price point, 4,700 to me is great value to where then it makes sense to pay up elsewhere. So I think I'm done with receivers. I think that kind of helped me. I feel okay. I feel better now. I just feel better now knowing that, okay, it just makes sense. I'm trying to make it make sense, right? It's like you can't play one person and not have the other, right? It's no. But looking at hindsight of how like Stevenson looks good, Douglas to me look good. May should be a great spot here against the Rams, and then, I mean, I like we're going to the tight ends. I think I'm done, but I'm going to tight ends real quick. What about Elijah Moore? He's been getting more usage lately. All right, let me go tight ends. Said May is a good GPP. Yeah, I think May's. I mean, the more I'm looking at him, I like him a lot here. It definitely helps out with the value elsewhere. I definitely think. Okay, so far what I'm looking at, I think the value is quarterback. the value for this slate is quarterback. You could definitely get some good plays in running back to where you don't have to go 8,000, but I feel like you have to play Henry. I think Henry's going to ball out. You could have Henry Achan, you could have Henry Stevenson. Hell, even all three of them, Stevenson, Henry, and Hunt. I think all three are great plays. And then you go and grab Douglas for value, grab Debo, grab Sutton. I like those a lot. I think that's the kind of way I'm going, and then try to find value at tight end. So, yeah, I think if we're looking at like millionaire maker, if you want to be a millionaire, play the Patriots, play the Patriots offense. I think that's the way we're looking at if you're gonna go that route. But all right, we got Kittle. Kittle is questionable, but then again, I mean, I feel like he's gonna be all right. He's playing Seattle. He has done well against Seattle. Not too crazy, but he is getting his touchdowns. He is playing better at home. He had 2015. Then he had his big game against Dallas, where he had that 27 fantasy point game. But I really feel like he is cash. I like the price tag. He's still under 6,000. Yeah, he is 6,000. So he is 6,000. They priced him up $200. I really feel like he should be still under 6,000, but I really feel like he might still hit that 15 fantasy point mark in this game. To where it's still cash for Kittle. I'm more likely gonna pivot from Kittle, but then again, it's like he should do okay. I just think with McCaffrey and then Debo, I think he's gonna help the. I think in a sense he's gonna help the offense, open up the offense, but not be the focal point. Obviously, with the guys coming back, I think he still gonna get his touches without Ayuk. But then again, it's like with Debo back in the mix and McCaffrey, I think Debo's gonna be the guy this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at Kittle, cash. He is questionable, but you got Kelsey. He has definitely been the play against Buffalo. He's actually been playing better at Buffalo. He had 2 big games at Buffalo in the last 2 seasons. The divisional game, he had 24 with 2 touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns in 2020 at Buffalo. Yeah, so we're looking at a prop where you want to get plus 2 touchdowns for Kelsey. That might be crazy, but then again, it happened twice in the last 2 games at Buffalo. So Kelsey for cash definitely is a play. Obviously, we don't have to pay up, but then again, I do like him here. I did say, what did I say? I think I said, who did I say was a tight end for? Who was the tight end I was talking about with Baltimore? Likely's out, right? I think Likely's out. No, he's back. Okay, so he was out, but he's back in the mix. So that's going to hurt Oliver's chances then. He was out last week. So I do like Likely. I think Likely is likely to have a touchdown. So Likely had 2 touchdowns in the last 2 games at Pittsburgh. So that's kind of something you're going to look into TD props. Knowing that he's back from his injury. I do like Likely at 4,000. He averaged 10 in the last 2 times at playing at home. He had 10 and 11. So I do like Likely. GPP, I do like him for a touchdown. He said right for Detroit. Who's right? Oh, Brock Wright. What's going on with Detroit? Oh, because of the matchup, right? I think because of the matchup. Um, Hold on. Uh, I guess you like Brock Wright because of the matchup. I mean, going against Jacksonville, no one. How much is he? 330. Oh yeah, 3,300 too. He's cheap. Brock Wright, 33. I mean, he hasn't got a target. It's kind of throwing me off. He had no targets. Is he? He got one target last week. Oh, he got a touchdown. More likely a red zone touchdown. But he only got like one, so he's basically being utilized in the red zone. Um, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go that route with him though. I do like Hunter Henry a lot. I like Hunter Henry a lot. Like I was telling you, I think this is the play. Like he's 3,900 for Hunter Henry, 3,900. He's getting the targets 4, 8, and 6 in the last three. He's getting the targets, which I like. He's been effective at home. He had 21 against Seattle, 5 against Miami, but then he had 13 against Houston, 9 against the Jets. It should be an easy matchup against the Rams. To 27th against the position in general, just a better play overall. I think this is a spot here for Henry. It's just great value in my opinion. I like Hunter Henry. Oh, Laporta, that's what it was. I was wondering, I'm like, what was this guy? So Laporta's out. But Laporta's been out. Am I tripping? No, you're right. No, Laporta got hurt last week. Yeah, I think I like Hunter Henry. Oh, you said Laporta is out. Ooh. I'm about to say I ain't want to be. I didn't want to be. I'm like I didn't want to be slow. I'm like, who's Nate? I should. I guess I should know who Nate is. I'm like looking at it like I don't even know who's Nate, but I'm not gonna say nothing because I think I should have know who Nate was. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, I think Hunter Henry is due for a big game. I like Janu Smith. Like Janu Smith looked good with he got 4. That's the thing too. I'm kind of like iffy with you said right, but it's like Laporta's out. He should be a better play. I just don't know anything about right. But then again, it's like that's what's the whole point of it. But then again, I'm like I like Hunter Henry. I'm so sold. I'm very sold on Henry, and then again, I'm like sold on Kelsey. The fact that he's getting like 2 touchdowns every time he play at Buffalo, and it's like that's like another big chunk of upside on that if he goes off. I like guys that are already getting the targets off rip. You see, like you said, like you already see the chemistry brewing, right? You see the certain chemistries that's happening. So like guys that's already building chemistries where I want to kind of target. I don't know anything about right for Detroit to where I'm like I gotta play right. Um, but I like Janu. Like Janu's 3,800. He got 4, 6, 6 in targets, 8, 10, and 6 in the last three. So maybe Janu is also another great pivot. Um, yeah, just another great pivot in my opinion. Janu Smith. So he's playing. He's playing the Raiders. They're one of the worst teams. That's the thing too. They're one of the worst teams against the tight ends. They're 28th against tight ends. Um, yeah, I like Janu Smith too. Janu, Josh Oliver. I like Janu Smith. Janu Smith looks good. I'm not gonna say a GPP, but then again, it's like, I like him for value. He's a good value spot. I guess you could go right. You could put him in there, but then again, I'm not really sure. I don't know. I'm not really sure of the chemistry. Then again, someone else got to catch the damn ball. I don't know if that does open up more for Amara St. Brown. Like Amara St. Brown should actually be another factor. The fact that he's out, but then I think I have to look more to Detroit. Like, who else should eat? I mean, I guess Gibbs helps in the backfield. He does help with, he's more of a combo back other than Montgomery. Montgomery's more of a, he's, what do you call it, man? Running backs, they kind of he just hits the hole. You know what I mean? Like, Montgomery's more the guy, like, he just hit the hole. But you got Jahmyr Gibbs that he does everything. He's more of a combo back, right? So it's like I like Gibbs in general with the pass attack too. With Amara St. Brown, so it's kind of like I think it helps out for Gibbs in the pass attack, and then you still have Montgomery with the punching type of running back style. I'm not playing right. I think he will be used for blocking. It's kind of, I don't know. But then again, if he get a touchdown, then here you go. He can give you value. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it's like he gave us a touchdown was it him last week? Yeah, he had a touchdown last week, right? So it was looked like it was more of a red zone, play action type of play action type of play, and he got his touchdown. But then again, that's value. So whatever works. So am I even talking about the right guy? Where's right at? I'm talking about like he actually did. Did he even do anything last week? He didn't even do shit last week. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, he played against Tennessee in week 8. Okay, so he played Tennessee week 8 where he had 7 fantasy points, and that looked like it was more like a red zone touchdown. But I think that's about it. I think I'm done with tight ends. I'm not really. I think that's kind of where I'm going. If anything, I'm going Henry. I do like Likely. I'm more so on Likely in based of like touchdown. Kelsey. I'm more likely on Henry and Kelsey. Those are the two guys I'm really heavy on. But obviously, if I can't go up to Kelsey, more like I ain't gonna have enough money for him. But I think Henry's the play. All right, defense. All right, defense. I think Vikings defense is $3,700 for Vikings. I don't see anything in Tennessee this week, so I think Vikings is the play for defense. Yeah, I like Vikings a lot. Vikings is priced up where 37. It's rightfully so, rightfully earned. I think Minnesota's defense. I would say the Niners defense, but our defense is garbage. We just do dumb stuff with our defense. I can't trust our defense. And plus, they're only $100 cheaper, so I'd rather go Vikings over our defense. So I'm not going that route. Maybe the Lions. Maybe the Lions over the Jags. Maybe 3,800 for them. I don't know. Packers, maybe Packers. We didn't even talk about the Packers and Brown in the Bears game. Maybe that might be a low scoring game. Oh man, I'm tired, y'all. 3,500. Ooh, I'm tired. Maybe Jets against the Colts. Like I'm not sold on AR. Like, yes, he has the ability to get out the pocket, but this guy is not cutting it. Maybe Jets. I like Jets for the fact they're $2,800 for the Jets. I like the Jets. I think Jets for the sake of value is a good spot for value. Maybe Minnesota. Maybe Dolphins. I ain't see shit with the damn Raiders. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't see anything with the Raiders. Maybe Dolphins at 3,000. But they've been shit all year, yo. I think they're turning shit around, but then again, man, they just ass. Maybe Dolphins. I think I like the Jets over the Dolphins. They're cheaper. I was thinking, oh, appreciate you doing the late. Of course, man. I just felt like I had to play. I had to do my late stream. I have to do something this week. We got some good games, and I ain't want to not have anything going. So yeah, I appreciate you sticking with the stream, man. Even though we had bad connectivity earlier, you stayed with the boy, man. I appreciate you, homie, as always. So you was thinking Miami. I was thinking Miami too. I don't know, 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. I don't even know. Colts? Would they be are they even doing anything? Colts. Steelers. Nah. Steelers ain't doing shit. Titans. Nah. Bills. No. Oh man, I didn't think defense gonna be this tough this week. I think the best route is just go cheap. I think the cheapest way I'm gonna go is more likely. I think the best, maybe the Browns. They play New Orleans. Maybe the Browns. No, I don't know about the Browns. It is pretty iffy. I need one more team. Maybe Broncos. Baby girl. Maybe Broncos. How much is Broncos? Broncos 2,900. I think I'm just go Dolphins. Dolphins and Jets. I don't see shit with the damn Raiders. Raiders shouldn't do anything. I think that's the only three I'm going. I'm going Minnesota, Jets, and Dolphins. And hope it works. I'm gonna just hope it works, but I think I'm gonna stay with the Jets. I'm kind of like I don't see anything with the Colts. All right, so we got our squad. Let's do a quick lineup. Appreciate everybody staying in tune with your bowl. We're gonna do a quick lineup. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so let's go ahead and do a quick lineup for Draftkings and FanDuel. All right, lineup optimizer. All right, I want to do a lineup with the Patriots real quick. I gotta see something real quick. All right, so we're gonna do Drake. Douglas. I want to do Henry. Yep. Exactly what I was saying, my man. Henry. Vikings. I like Vikings. Cortland Sutton. And how much money do I have left? I don't know how much money I have left. Let's keep going. I only got 4,000. Alright, maybe I need to go down to 3. Let's go down to Jets real quick. Do Jets and give me some more money. So, yeah, give me around 6,000. This is where I want to be. I want some 6,000 player in the flex. Yeah, like Thomas Jr. I like that a lot. I might pivot from. I think that's like Drake, Stevenson, Henry, Douglas, Sutton, Samuel, Henry, Thomas, Jets. Love that a lot. I like that. If I pivot from Henry, I can still get like Achan. Pivot from Thomas. I should get another big player. Ooh, Kareem Hunt. Ooh, yeah, I like that a lot. Kareem Hunt. I got 3 good running backs. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. Oh yeah. So then I do one with the Jets. I'm gonna do one with the Jets. I'm gonna do one with the Dolphins. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot, y'all. All right, let's do one with Purdy. Cause I love Purdy. I want Purdy. Purdy, and then I could pivot to Jets. Purdy. I need to get rid of somebody. I did like Addison. There's nobody really on. I do like Purdy though. I want Purdy. Let me see what HN. Let me change up HN. You know I like HN. Sorry, these guys are players I had last week, so I'm taking them off. Kind of, it's throwing me off. Like Najee Harris had him last week. Anybody else? Anybody? Maybe Montgomery could be a play. How about this? Let me take off Hunt here. And I'm going to put Hunt up here. So I can give me some better plays down at utility. Okay, she'll open up more on utility. So, ooh, Travis Kelce. Ooh, yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna put that. Yeah, I like that. Let's put some Kelce in there with Henry. I like that play a lot. Yeah, I like that play a lot. All right. We had a lot of value this week, so then again, like as you can see, you got freaking loads of value. I mean, you could go Wilson. I mean, you can still do Wilson. Probably pivot from like Sutton to like Pickens. Okay, we got $200 left. And then pivot from Kelce. And then maybe Brian. I think Brian Thomas is still a great play. I like Brian Thomas. Go that route. Alright, let's go FanDuel. I think honestly, y'all, I think the play is going to be Drake May. The more I look at it, the more I'm intrigued. I mean, he's only 6,700 on FanDuel. That's real cheap. Real cheap on FanDuel. Derrick Henry, good gosh, Derrick Henry 9,400. I like Derrick Henry though. I think Stevenson is worth. He's only 65. That's too cheap for Stevenson. Very cheap. And then we should pivot from everything else. So Douglas, we should be able to pivot from Pickens. Ooh, they put Amara St. Brown in there. Whoa, shit. I didn't know I had enough money for him. I guess. Hold up. Hold on. Okay, let me change my damn defense real quick. Let's go ahead and put Jets defense. Let's go ahead and put Simon Brown. Fuck, he's $9,200. I really feel like Cup should ball out. Oh yeah, we got Debo. We got Pickens. We can swap Pickens out of there. Cortland. Ooh, boy, we got great options right here. All right, good grief. So I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do one with Kelsey. I'm gonna do one with I'll do one with Pickens. I'm gonna do one with Adams. The fact that I'm able to get all these people is crazy. So I like FanDuel on this one. I like FanDuel's lineup stuff. FanDuel got a good lineup. You can make some good lineups with FanDuel. But I feel like Drake May is the way to go. Obviously, I could keep playing with this more, but I'm kind of sore where I'm at right now. Yeah, I mean, I like Adams a lot too. I feel like Adams should ball out this week. But yo, I mean, obviously you see how these tools help you. Of course, use the pull, use the if you want to get back on the video, and then go back on the plays of the player pool. As you can see, the player pool right here. You can get back on the pool and try to make some great lineups. And hopefully y'all cash, man. I hope everybody do well for tomorrow. Y'all be blessed. Thank you, Pat, for staying in tune with your boy. Y'all have a great night and cash big for week 11.